Jeff Robinson, Berlin, New Jersey, county employee at Division of Social Services, and also an active member of CWA Local 1080. As you know, I was here at least 2 other times over the past few months. We revealed to this board how your broker, Brown & Brown, misled you, the county, and cost the county a lot of money because the county unfortunately took the broker's advice and went with Horizon rather than state health benefits plan for the health insurance for county employees. The broker, the last couple of weeks, has been putting forth a lot of, in the press and to the county, explanations of how supposedly the state health benefits plan is just such a poor plan, just completely disparaging it compared to Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield. I can tell you, and I don't have the time to go into the details, but it's mostly just misinformation, exaggerations, and outright false information. We compared the plans. We analyzed them. Benefit levels are substantially equal. And I could also add that CWA and any other union worth its salt would never recommend a health benefits plan to its members that wasn't at least equal, if not better, than what they already have. Just a couple of comments on the state health benefits plan that was raised tonight. A lot of people think that state health benefits plan is just for state workers. Of course, that's not true, and I'm sure you know that. Actually, 63% of municipalities in the state of New Jersey are in the state health benefits plan. That doesn't even include hundreds of governmental boards like school boards, housing authorities, and others. 9 county governments are in the state health benefits plan. Last year, 2012, Gloucester and Camden County joined up. Here in Union County, 13 of the 21 municipalities, including Elizabeth and Plainfield, are in the state health benefits plan. A little interesting story. Last year, at the same time that the county was going through its fiscal crisis and facing layoffs, so was Union Township. They were facing a big budget gap, and they were looking at a $3 million budget gap to be exact, and they were also facing layoffs. They made a decision to go into the state health benefits plan. It was a good decision because they saved enough money where they solved their budget crisis, there were no layoffs, and they even had enough money left over to hire an additional 7 more police officers. I guess their broker wasn't Brown & Brown. And there was a few questions here that Mr. Dorado came up and sort of answered about whether the county can go into the state health benefits plan. Of course we can. At least in this July, just like last July, the contract with Horizon is up. We put it out for bid. The county has the right to change health benefits plan. You can change the state health benefits plans if you find that is the cheapest and if you care to. In negotiations, every bargaining unit can, within the parameters of whatever is there, whatever health benefits plan that we have, they can negotiate some of the benefit levels and other things like that. But the county has the right, as long as the plan is substantially equal to what we have already, can change and go into the state health benefits plan. I suspect the reason some of the, as Mr. Dorado alleges, that some of the unions do not like the state health benefits plan, well, a lot of that's the bad information that Antonio Tavares, your broker from B&B, is putting out, and that's being sent to some of the unions. So last year, Union Township did the right thing. Union County, unfortunately, missed the boat. And I did tell you that a really good way, a proper way, a good government way to hire a broker. I don't have to go into it. You know how it works. The Citizens Coalition has proven it works in other municipalities throughout the state. So I would hope that this board does the right thing. And I know that the bids have gone out, as Mr. Dorado said. So we'll see. Thank you.
That state health benefit plan, obviously you had Brown & Brown, it sounds like, send letters out to the unions comparing the state health benefit plan to the plan that Brown & Brown is giving you. It sounds like also That's Brown and Brown looking at the state health benefit plan. Maybe you should get a hold of whoever the head of the state health benefit plan is and look at the plan that Brown and Brown is offering to county employees and have the state health benefit plan actually say, yes, it's a better plan, and unfortunately by contract then you'd have to make a decision saying you can't go back into the state health benefits plan. But that sounds like that should do. All you're hearing is just one-sided again from the fellow Jeff in the CWA, and sounds like you got to do some due diligence. He may be right. I recall I was here in the meeting. It sounded like it was like a $7 million savings, possibly. But actually, what you also leave out of this is that opt-out costs. And because you are in the because you are not in the state health benefit plan, yet if your spouse or you are in the state health benefit plan in another part of the governmental entities, and I'll get the Freeholder Carter, of course, as an example. It sounds like just because you're in the state health benefit plan over here, and you're in the county here, not in the state health benefit plan, you are gratefully just taking this opt-out money, which to me is wrong. So and let's use Chairwoman Carter as an example. As I recall, you're a teacher, and that I don't recall what district you're in, but it sounds like you must be covered by the state health benefit plan in whatever school district it is. Well, then you're turning around and you're saying, well, the state, because I'm being insured by another entity, that I can accept this opt-out cost from the county, which is $2,500 single or $5,000 for a married couple. I don't recall if you're single or married, but it's a couple of $1,000s anyway that you're pocketing. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. If the taxpayers are actually paying for your health insurance, and I'm not just specifically saying you, I brought you up as in, but there's others, like a Freeholder Sullivan, you can throw it into, and then there's a couple
If you do last minute, it's fine.
Okay. If you're in a health plan in another government entity and you're being covered by taxpayer money paying for that health plan, it sure sounds like you shouldn't be taking any opt-out dollars here at the county, only because this is tax dollars now going in your pocket again. That is just plain wrong. That is just plain wrong. So that's my comment on the state health plan. I use it as an example. It may be wrong. I don't know, but in general, that's what I'm saying.
I agree with Mr. Robinson here. I saw the Brown and Brown report. They just stuck $7 million, no reason. Well, there was a reason, but they stuck it only in the state health benefit plan, not in the Horizon or the plan you had before. So it was a deceptive report. And it's also something I brought to the local finance board. There are a few deceptive things, stealing open space trust fund money and this thing. The Brown and Brown should have never been done doing this report. They had an $800,000 interest in keeping the business away from the state health benefit plan. And another point on this is if Union County employees really do have a better health plan than 63% of the people, I mean, how did that happen? Than all these other municipalities. Why do they deserve a better health plan than, I don't know, Newark Police or 9 other counties? It just doesn't make sense. And again, I suspect that Brown and Brown, looking to save their $800,000, just did that for them.
9. Is someone to give an overall explanation of how this holds you back from having all these different bargaining agreements and different deals with different unions for health insurance, how that keeps you from joining the state health plan? Because it's quite expensive not to be within that plan. Thank you.
Health benefits is a term and condition of employment for contractual employees. There are 22 bargaining units in the county, and in their agreement, the health benefits are defined. For active employees, there's 3 insurance plans. Depending on when you're hired as a base plan, you can buy up from there. From those designs themselves, there are generally 2 plan designs, the one that's currently in place and the one we negotiated to change. And like I said, we're currently negotiating with all our unions, and we have a plan design that we've had 5 unions agree to at this point. I believe 4 or 5, I apologize, which has the concessions that I talked about that changes the utilization of the networks, which drive people into network and drive people to the generic drugs. So that's how unions get their benefits and the design. It's actually in their contracts. And so from contract to contract, we try to negotiate the changes to the plans.
To follow up the comments about health insurance, actually, Linda Carter, B.J. Kowalski, Christopher Hudak, and Daniel Sullivan, 4 freeholders, received $5,000 for opting out of health insurance.
Far from it for me to be to question a top-notch journalist, but I do not take the health benefits buyout. And if Mr. Dorado would just confirm that,
That is true.
so wherever that information is coming from, it is incorrect.
Beyond that, there were some comments about the state health benefit system tonight. Having worked in the insurance industry, your ability to gain coverage in any particular market is dependent on a variety of factors, from your size to your rating and your experience. And that is what generates the price of insurance, whether it's from a private carrier or a state subsidized carrier. And remember, the state health benefits is a state subsidized carrier, which if the state is not able to subsidize at the rates, much like the private market, are subject to increased rates. And one, to have it represented here at a meeting that our insurance broker somehow, gives the information to the collective bargaining units, and they make their decision whether or not they want to negotiate health benefits. I think that's insulting to those collective bargaining units that are working with our administration to hash out these contracts. I am very confident that, and I have faith in the employees of this union who are represented by those people, that they do their due diligence, and we are trying to negotiate the best possible deal for the taxpayer. If it's in the state health benefit system, super. If it's in a private market, that's great too. Whatever the best deal is the way we will go. But to start making blanket statements, that's just inappropriate. And hey, any union that wants to come up and negotiate those, I'm sure Director Dorado would be very happy if the CWA 1080 wants to come up and put those benefits on the table. I'm sure that's what they should do. But it shouldn't be at this meeting. It shouldn't be a discussion from here. It should be between the collective bargaining process and not at a freeholder meeting. We should have more respect for the employees and management who are trying to hash out a deal for the taxpayers. Thank you, Madam.